points here.
Oh
yeah.
goodness.
Give me previous day high, and then that 15-minute 200 is right there at 90.
Oh, it's your chips. Look at AMD dying.
NVIDIA in talks to buy back OpenAI lease of $500 billion data center.
SanDisk is
bro, look at that flush. Look at that flush.
15-point gain, MES. I'm down to the runners. GG.
Let's go.
Same, bro. I'm moving my stop. Look at that, just flusheroni, bro.
Chips and memory names getting smacked.
Oh my god, it keeps running, dude.
All right, 0.5 of the gap has been hit.
You're at
the defendants.
Holy.
Dude, that SGCR 20 EMA back test.
That's all you need,
Done,
baby.
dude. I'm done.
That's all you need, baby.
I'm packing bags for New York now.
Yeah, baby. You know it.
He's done
1
for the
week.
week.
Shit.
All right, I just took profit on the runner there, about a 20-point gain.
Oh, Jordan.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Jordan, I went to a Men's Warehouse and
Get yourself a suit.
dude, I had the sweetest like Russian lady there, and dude,
Right.
oh my god, dude, I was in and out of that store with everything I need within 45 minutes, ready to go.
Damn right. Damn right.
Dude,
Told you, Men's Warehouse does it good, man. They're not the best of the best, but it's like, you know, you get some decent suits, you get some decent stuff for like not crazy expensive, you know?
If you guys want a custom tailored cashmere suit for $150 from my guy in India, let me know.
Ooh, I might take
Dude,
you up.
Sniper would have a guy in India, bro.
Dude, you would. Fucking
I went to the actual factory. I went straight to the source.
That's lit.
spent more on the plane ticket getting there than you did the suit.
So yeah, but now I got the source, so I can get a custom cashmere suit for $150 if I want.
Dude, you can buy them for $150 from him and sell them in the U.S. for $1,000.
Bro, I was in Neiman. Dude, they're like 5 bands for a jacket.
Bro, it's crazy. Neiman Marcus.
Yeah, I was like, hold up. So where's the door? Where's the exit?
I know, that's crazy.
NVIDIA shares are on the defensive home for the 200 and 200.
NVIDIA smacked.
Yeah, NVIDIA and AMD are both just drilling down like 2.5%.
Trading has increased price in the swaps market. That's NVIDIA November figures of the alpha.
Yeah, like the only thing that looks decent right now is Google. Google is the only thing that looks decent. Nothing else looks good.
Are you talking mags or
Just yeah, a few
I'll
things
upset that.
still like trying to hold up, but nothing like still getting continuation upside. Just Google. Someone just bought some hood puts for Friday here, 93s for 1.16 million.
Meta looks pretty ugly?
Let's see if they can displace through this halfway mark of the gap.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here.
Chilled out and bounced a little bit here. Let's see if they want to run it through and trade to the lower end of this gap or hold it here. I haven't taken anything personally.
There's the 490, 15-minute 200 EMA. Pre-market lows next, 486. But trail your stop and profit, please. Okay, no reason to give back too much on this trade.
It's
Your internals, Valdi, still making new highs, going higher, but VIX is also ripping, going higher. You had an opening tick of like 967, and it's just been pulling back a little bit. So
This is hardware. This is NVIDIA backing OpenAI and $50 billion debt deal. It's a problem.
The market doesn't like it.
Chips and these memory names are getting smoked right here.
Well, I think I heard a good take about
Yeah.
this. Sorry, go ahead. I was gonna say, I heard a good take about this, saying that like, is good news really good news anymore? Like, is the market seeing good news as bad news in the sense that we like obviously more capex spending would lead, like AI capex spending would lead you to believe that, oh, there's more growth coming, everything's looking good, but now it looks like the market and these investors are concerned about like, okay, when am I gonna get a return on investment here? Like, how much money is enough money to spend on
Yeah,
CapEx?
this is the same thought process the last time we dipped on semis and everybody's freaking out. Like, opportunity cost and this and that. When am I going to get my ROI? I think it's ridiculous. When am I going to get my ROI? It's like, bro, what are you talking about? You've gotten ROI and there's so much more to come in the future. It's like, I don't know. It's crazy that we see a slight dip in this market on semis and like people stop believing in the AI trade. It's wild. I don't understand it.
I don't think it's people necessarily not believing in it. It's just a reassessment of the value. I think it's just kind of like, okay, like how much is enough? It's like the question,
I've seen people use the term opportunity cost more times as like a coping mechanism, let's say, than that, because if you are going to use the term opportunity cost, there has to be an actual better play that you're looking to do. If you're just not doing anything or failing to do anything, there is no opportunity cost because there is no opportunity.
That's a good take. Holding that 0.5 pretty well so far.
Yeah.
But not seeing any like crazy impulsive moves off of it, so just watch them. Keeping an eye.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for orb to form here before I take another trade and just see if we can tap into those EMAs again. Take it easy today. Not gonna rush.
Oh yeah.
Monday, baby.
Yeah, it's Monday. We got a whole week ahead of us.
Exactly.
UBS cut price targets on Microsoft to 480 from 510.
Oh, dude, we got Ford up 2% today.
So Ford. Still Ford.
I'm more of a Toyota guy myself, but
Jumped in long NQ at 447.
I don't think that's a terrible play.
550.
Do not think that's a terrible play.
5-minute gap getting tapped into. See if this sends us lower.
Bitcoin's cooling down a bit, but very strong open on Bitcoin.
Yeah, I mean,
55K reclaimed.
me and the other Bitcoin traders talked about kind of how we're probably going to shop between this 50 and 60K range for a bit. And then maybe we'll see some move to the upside or just another rejection. But I think a chop here is likely. Kind of similar to that price action we got in 2022.
I'm a little bit more pessimistic, I'd say.
I'm definitely leaning on the downside as well, leaning way more pessimistic. But, it is what it is. We'll see what happens.
Egg prices skyrocketed 300% this month.
Oh,
Not optimal.
I noticed
because I bought an egg poacher, bro. Why?
dozen
No
eggs
eggs.
cost a little bit more. So
Bro, how are y'all eating your eggs?
Poached with an egg poacher. It's done in like 2 minutes, bro.
I'm a scrambler.
Yeah,
Nice,
scrambled.
bro, man.
Scrambled, bro. Scrambled hard, bro.
Yeah.
I do scrambled
Very
with cheese. That's what I had this
I'm
morning.
just-
Scrambled with cheese.
I don't hate that. I don't hate that.
Dude, Jordy, you're fancy. Poached egg,
Yeah,
caper,
but why
got
not
lots
have
of
an
bigger
egg
ones.
poacher and all you put it on the stove, you crack your eggs in the little like cups that they have, and you just sit there till they're done. I don't have to do nothing.
Nothing.
But
And they're
I'll
just
rip
perfect.
some. I'll rip some over medium eggs on my bagel sandwiches.
I like over mediums. I don't like them too runny.
Sometimes, you know, if I'm like hungover, I'll get over easy just to get the yolk all over the rest of the family.
Yeah. W methods.
Just soak the bread up, you know, with it. It's so good.
Still expecting this 5-minute gap. I still expect lower as long as that's happening.
Banks. Oh, banks look good. SPY QQQ.
Yeah, JPM was ripping you all time highs this morning.
Yeah. SPY good, not bad. Morgan Stanley. It's not too terrible. Pins popping up a little bit this morning.
Airwatt Technology shares halted on a circuit breaker to the downside, last seen at $6.65 per share, down 41.25% on the day. That's Airwatt, YYAI, Yankee Alpha India.
Elf still looks good. Rivian getting a little stick.
A little sticky.
Yeah, I kind of like Rivian for longs.
Let me see. Oh yeah, hit the 50 and the 200. I didn't even notice it got under 16. Fuck.
Go to your daily
Yeah.
or your weekly.
Yeah,
and
weekly it did the same thing.
Hit the trend line.
Yeah, it hit the 50 and 200 there too, though.
Yeah, if you that. Let me see. Is it back in May? Yeah, that low in May down there at like 1260. That low in June, and then Friday session.
Gold looks kind of bullish for me.
Goldilocks.
Relax.
Well, I could get a nice balance. Back
Nice
testing
one, green
previously.
cover red. Later entries here, though, means quicker profit taking. If you shorted previous day high back test 96 on ES, you're up 6 points. Getting in the 15-minute 200 is a great area to take some profit off. We just broke pivot lower low as well.
You just made a new low, like you did not.
Mm-hmm. Hughes is flagging very low though. Mm-mm-mm.
5-minute gap holding. What's happened to that? Wicks only hit it.
SpaceX gonna hit $100 this week.
Oh yeah, baby, we've been calling for
I
it.
hope.
It's at 110.
Pilot.
She don't look good.
I might just rip the short right here, honestly.
Got stopped out.
Get
Goes
a
up to 50 points. Never took it.
Well, goody.
Pre-market low testing here. I'll probably look for exit like 30 points. Yes. Gold, new low day.
Dude, who's bag holding 190s on SpaceX?
Yeah, I saw people buying that shit. Like
I saw
10,
multiple
2.
Twitter posts of people panic filing at 180, 190s like in an airport.
It's gonna be different this time, guys.
Smoke.
Yeah, dude, it's different. Oh,
Same, but different.
The rat says I bought in at 210. I'm feeling attacked. Oh, that's when I shorted.
good God. It's okay. It's okay. Play the long game. You can always make your average lower, especially if you're in it for the long term.
Nah, do you see that volt on QQQ?
Yeah.
Q's a negative gamma. It's lower.
So is yes, man.
Oh, snap.
All right, there's 30-point gain, MES. I'm just going to trail stop. I debated on flattening it here, but I'll put stop like a previous day high.
That's good.
That's SPCX.
Real city. Drill it.
Okay. You said the QQQ.
Speed.
Yeah, 680.
Drill, baby, drill.
Casey.
Speed under that point
No
five.
premium on SPX for credit spread on the call side.
Where's this full gap? Phil?
K-Diz.
What's up, baby?
You saw I made a terminal and I added the a lot of things to the charts to make it a lot cleaner and easier to read.
Oh, I think I'm gonna check it out.
Oh yeah, baby. Dark pool's flowing nice now. That was like an issue I had.
An ish.
Oh, an ish.
L-ish.
Here now, got still up 28.50.
My God, what a candle on SPY.
Drain it.
All right, for the listeners, EMA's freshly crossed like that. You get an EMA back test, that 20 EMA. Some of you guys use 21, same thing. Perfect entry. A lot of traders might have been thinking long because they saw a green candle market open. That's your best risk to reward. It's where sellers are fearful, buyers are greedy. Play that kind of psychological rotation.
Oh my God. What a freaking downside move.
QQQ and SPY are both negative gamma now.
Ali. Let's go see that full gap film.
I have 293 on the NQ for potential bounce. See what we do, because I don't want to catch a knife, but it's good.
Oh, so much for getting a call spread. Holy shit.
Here's full gap fill.
On QQQ?
Yeah, from
Oh, bang. Yeah.
Sunday night.
Bang, bang.
Yeah. Maybe we see some bids off of that, but if not, my next spot is the Friday lows. It's a nice downside this morning, though. Pretty clean.
Oh, yeah, dude.
I wasn't on it. Basically just opened up and dumped. I didn't really have any confluence for the pop up to short yet, but some nice moves. Yeah, get something off the gap fill. There's gap fill officially.
I'm trying it right here on ES. Long.
Heard that.
I think we'll get turbulence again at 70 cents.
I am officially just decided to trade fund. It's today, no life.
official.
It might be like that until after August.
Give me 77s, I'll take it off. All right, it went one tick away, so I'm just gonna take it off here because I grabbed a long solo.
If you're wondering, Jordan, would you really take a month off from trading your live account? Yeah, I would. Especially going into a month that is historically very, very bad for day trading.
Dude, again,
But that
going
doesn't
off
happen.
of,
So, we'll see. What's up?
again, like going off of that craft of trading, you know, no pride.
Yeah. That's another thing about keeping my accounts separate that I have enjoyed is, okay, like it's not the environment I want. It's fine, I'll still trade, but I'll just trade my funded. I'm not going to put actual capital at risk. So I can still participate, can still execute and practice, and still make money, right? I'm not like paper trading, but I'm not putting that hard-earned money at risk. I do love to paper trade after I get my morning moves done though and just forward test the rest of the day. That's usually what I'm doing throughout the day. After I finish my trades, I'll switch over to paper and just, even if it's not the environment I would actually trade, I just practice and take notes, forward test.
AMD is still off a cliff.
Off a cliff.
See if they hit Friday's lows here in the next spot. Into 10 o'clock. Do a little timber. Maybe a bit. If we stay heavy like this and just continue downside, I don't think I'm going to have anything to play today. Even though my bias was short, didn't really get any setups for that.
Okay, 93 is holding nicely. I'll look to enter along.
Or
Get some sort of pullback.
Have you guys ever transferred positions across brokerages?
One time, and it was the hardest thing I ever did.
Doesn't it take a while too?
It took so long, so many phone calls, and it was so not worth it.
That's
Yeah,
I
it
just,
depends.
that's why I'm asking because I just put in the request to do it last week, and I'm just waiting. I was curious if you guys knew.
I think it's worth it to do if you have long-term positions that are, good averages. Like you kind of have to. You don't want to jeopardize those averages, but
Yeah. Like
in a newer account or something, I would just sell everything and rebuy it, so it's faster. But it's hard when you have good averages on long-term positions. I would just wait and go through the bullshit that you have to go through.
Like I had my LMT under 470. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I'm just waiting, but
it's hard to sell that and then go buy it at 580.
yeah, like no.
Outside.
Transferring to public though. Wolf partner, right?
I like that. Shout out. Yes, Public Wolf Partner. They're sponsoring the event we're doing next week. One of the main sponsors. Big shout out.
I'm not gonna throw shade at the one I'm leaving, but I was just spread out across too many platforms.
I get you.
I'm not gonna lie, I think I got them all.
Sniper's accountant hates doing his taxes at the end.
You guys ever open up an account and you're like, oh, I'm only gonna buy Ford and I'm gonna buy a specific amount and I'm gonna reinvest the dividends. Let's see what it looks like in 2 years. And then you forget about it and then you're back 4 years later like,
So I call my tax lady and I'm like, hey, I know I'm opening another account here, but hear me out, okay?
See the vision.
It's like an experiment that you just forget about. It's
so funny because the positions aren't in the one I'm moving from. They're not in the one I'm going to yet.
Yeah.
Just got my cinnamon raisin bagel prepared.
Oh, huge, sounds phenomenal. Dude, schmear? No schmear?
Oh yeah, schmear.
Respect the schmear.
Yes, sir.
I'm long Kirkland. I'm long Costco.
I'm lucky, yes, right here.
Do you scoop your bagel?
Did I scoop it?
Hell no, I want all the carbs.
Damn
Yeah,
right.
dude.
That's
I
what
don't
I
scoop my
thought. Damn
bagel.
right.
I want all the carbs. I want all the microplastics. Needed all.
Yep.
Everything.
Eating credit cards.
The way it was
Scoop my
meant to be
bagel.
enjoyed.
Exactly.
You guys ever pick up that Parmesan rosemary bread from Costco?
Oh yes, actually.
It's my
Love
favorite
that bread.
bread. It's so good.
It's delicious.
I made some chicken parm sandwiches with it last night. Yeah. Oof.
All right. I can delete this gap. We filled it.
Yeah, Joe, I like the long here on ES. I do. Me personally, I gotta wait till we touch EMAs, but I see why you're doing it. Yeah.
I'm in long at 311 at 3/4 on NQ. But it's
Nice.
kind of
3 minutes.
I like that too, Alan. I like that a lot.
expecting 466. I don't know if we're gonna get there. Otherwise, 420 will be my decision overall.
Up is a new low on 3 minute, and there it is.
By the way, just a big reminder for everybody in the audience. I know a lot of you guys are probably coming to the event next week. But for those that may not be able to make it to the event, you might be busy throughout the day, but you're free in the night. We're doing a free happy hour event that night of August 3rd. You guys are all welcome to go. That link is up top for everybody if you want to check out the details there. So hopefully, if you can't make it to the main event, you come hang out with us during happy hour and get some drinks, hang out. We'll let loose and just be able to talk with everybody.
Hey, free charcuterie board too.
Free charcuterie, baby. Everybody loves charcuterie. Come on.
I posted a video of the place. It's very nice.
Oh, yeah. People should check out Sniper's profile if you want to see the video of the actual venue there. It's pretty cool. It's gonna be a blast.
Oh, damn. I was going to say, watch out for that orb rejection there, Alan.
Yeah, rejected hard.
But late. Anyways, it's a beautiful trade, but get another one.
If you guys want to see where the happy hour will be, look in the comments on the spaces. Fire.
Ooh, I'm glad I trail rided. I did right now.
There is hope. Not it stopped. Yeah, there's no hope.
Some nice moves for a Monday.
Nice
Love to
news
see it.
for Monday.
Beautiful. Stop that. I have 227 coming up. See what we're gonna do once we take that level.
Fish short green cover red. See gap fill 448. For me, like looking at this, like I love, like I see the risk to reward thought process long. Hey, it's sold off so much, but low can go lower. I wouldn't long this unless like 15-minute CBC flip or 3-minute EMA cross and retest.
Same.
Train
I'm
it.
sitting on my hands right now.
That's 50 points right there. Yeah, that's, I mean, it's also hard to justify shorting it, right? 50 points from the highs. Is the juice worth the squeeze?
Yeah, that's the question, right? It can go lower, but at this point, is that risk worth it here? Is this the market just pricing in a fucking rate hike on Wednesday?
Yeah, my little girl's definitely taking after her dad. She just keeps banging her books on the ground.
Yeah.
I did the same thing, baby. I did the same thing.
Mm. Monday trend day. Where are we relative to previous week low? Oh, I'm stupid. That's the Friday low. I didn't look it up. What am I talking about? It's the same level, Jordan. Definitely a little hard to be out of week. Just get in the hole.
Is he breaking up for anyone else?
Yeah.
He is.
That Puerto Rico internet, Jordan.
Yep, it's Puerto Rico.
If this keeps up, I'm not gonna be able to get an entry. I'm just gonna have to long Crimson Desert instead of the market.
I'm gonna be honest. From my perspective, it looks like a terrible day in the market so far.
It's a wonderful day if you're shorting.
Yeah.
I'm glad I took profits on my hood position when I did. I am looking forward to their earnings this week, though. I made a post about it, but I'm sure that Robinhood's earnings are. I mean, I think they're going to beat earnings. If I'm being honest, I think prediction markets have made them a lot of money. Their partnership with Kalshi, and like running predictions through their app, I think is just a killer way to get people involved. And if you look at Kalshi's trading volume over the past year, it's just done nothing but increase. It's up to 30x over the year.
So I think honestly, in 2025, early into it, Robinhood was one of the hottest stocks of 2025. Obviously, we saw them build out the prediction market business. We saw them do all kinds of different cool things to create float capital. Basically, like if these event contracts weren't expiring for a year, they basically put themselves in many positions where they had a large pile of cash to invest that they know they eventually had to pay out, but they had it for a duration of time. I think they executed very well with that in 2025. I think the concern most people had for Robinhood going into this year is crypto. And I think that the crypto side of the business is honestly what's been lagging it. And when you look across analyst opinions, most people are giving Robinhood hold ratings. Or, I mean, maybe not now. I obviously know that we've been getting ratings picking back up. But early in 2026, the general consensus was it's going to hold it and crypto's going to be holding this back. But nobody wants to short this company.
I agree with that analysis there. I think crypto has been a massive laggard for Robinhood, especially since they kind of doubled down on it.
Yeah, I mean, a third of the business fell apart, basically, you know?
Yeah. What I think is prediction markets make up the bulk of, or they're going to make up the bulk of that revenue that was lost over time, of course, not necessarily immediately. I mean, if you look at, I'm looking at analyst sentiments right now. You have 4 neutral, 16 bullish. Yeah. So mostly it's still a buy with a price target of 170 as the high.
That's a 170 median?
No, median is 123, 170 high.
Oh, okay, nice. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, so I mean we're below the median, very, very barely, I would say, on the technical level. I'm not interested in buying Robinhood just yet. I want to see it break out a little bit more of this bearish pattern it has going on. Let me pull it up again. If I pull up the daily chart, we're still well below the EMA 20. We're right above EMA 200, which keeps me kind of optimistic, but it looks like we're going to break through that down below 92.81. So I just don't want to be a buyer of this until I can see some maybe more bullish momentum above 92.81 as well as 103.08. That's why I liquidated my position, though, is because we broke below 103.
Liquidated.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about psych levels?
I actually don't care about psychological levels at all.
I know you were going to say that.
Now, I would say on individual names, I probably care about them more, but like trading NQ futures, and it's going to depend on your style, but like the actual number that NQ is ever trading at has no significance to me. It's whether or not that number is a higher time frame high, a higher time frame low. It could be 500 on the dot, or it could be 527. Doesn't matter to me.
I only really
depend on your style. Like Maple
Go ahead,
Stack, I feel like it's completely different. You know what I mean? Like he's using those as bill breakers because they are psych levels. They are big spots to watch out for. Still doesn't mean they're like irrelevant. I just don't find use in them for my trading personally.
I like to use them when they overlap with exposure levels.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, that's because sometimes I'll think of it as a magnet or as a like a slippery area.
Mm-hmm.
But just because there's a 0 at the end of it doesn't mean that I think that, you know, it actually has to have that exposure there.
Yeah.
And also in an environment like this where we just kind of dump like that, if you want to try to like scalp longs off of like the dumps, I don't like to try to do that around 10 to 20s. I like to try to do that around 50s to 60s. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because we probably buttered through the 10s to 20s to get to the 50s, 60s. You know what I mean? So
I totally agree. My only take on the psych level there, obviously some people respect them, some people do respect them. Everybody's going to tell you their own thing, and obviously there's not one specific way to use psych levels. But if there is any psych level that is real, I would bet it's 100.
Damn right. Absolutely. Especially on individuals.
Yes. Robinhood was the example here.
Mm-hmm.
we get to see if that ends up being true again for SpaceX if it continues on.
Another great example.
If anyone still has the J&J calls from last week for the swing, it is hitting a target zone that I have upside. This thing is ripping this morning.
Swing.
Let me see them hit swing.
High, or not, or high of day, but all-time high as well.
Heavy market.
Yeah, I'm waiting for like the 50-day to get hit on SPY, which is almost right at gap fill for SPY and SPX. So when it hits around 74.10 on SPX, they're down to previous day low area, just near 7,400. Is where I'm going to be looking for a potential little reverse or bounce play. Because it's not like we have had any really good pops to go short yet. IWM just had like 7 red candles in a row straight down.
Nasty, bro.
I wonder if we still want gap fill 447.75. I've got on ES.
Oh, ES still hasn't filled that?
For me, I mean, I marked the gap from like Friday close. So like Friday close on SPY, that last candle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. I marked it close to open as well. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't do wicks because it's just not the actual open to close price.
Yeah, I mean, that for me, that's like a daily low or daily high.
Yeah, good eye. I didn't see that.
Yeah, we still got room, so I did just get all out, but probably best to sit on hands right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm doing, just sitting on hands. Made a little bit of profit today. I'm not trying to give it all up on a high risk trade.
Looks like I'm not gonna have any morning session trade, but maybe I get something PM. Don't particularly love trading PM session, but it's been some good moves recently.
Yeah, Walmart's kind of ripping right now.
Hey,
Up 2%. It's not, almost 2%.
that's what happens when the market's down. Walmart just saves everything every time. M's gotta be stoked.
Oh, McDonald's up 1.5.
Again, you've seen the dollar just continue to be strong all morning. That was another piece of confluence for me today. Looking for lower prices. Let's see if that can trade to those daily highs from July 1st. All right, Dixie, you want to hit the previous month highs? No sign of bullishness for longs at all. They're continuing to make lower lows, lower highs. Not really seeing any green candles that you've seen are not very impulsive to the upside.
Show us 680.
Yeah, no, it's we mentioned this morning when Q's was at like 688, 687.
Show us 680.
At 680, that was lighting up there on QQQ.
True.
It might get there.
Previous week low hit.
SPY's at 740.
WBD and ESKY. Shares of Warner Brothers Discovery moving lower now, down about 0.5%. Whiskey Bravo Delta, ESKY Paramount Stallion shares near the lows now at $7.90.
And then RTY drilling.
MES short, 3-minute CBC.
Heard. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it just went off my screen.
Dude, AMD's down 6.5%.
Oh.
It's rugged.
You're right.
$130s is a spot I'm watching. It's the start of a weekly gap. Also lines up with the opening price of that daily order block that I was mentioning last week.
Sandisk is down 10%. MU is down 5%.
And see if we get any reactions off 130. What a sell off this morning. Somebody said, I helped my 72-year-old father set up Robinhood account last month so he could wager on golf. That's legit.
I love that.
That is legit.
I'm long Robinhood.
All right, we took out Friday's low.
Come on.
Spotters 130s. Let's see if we do anything there. I'm just taking it level by level.
Bro.
Let this thing fall.
I hate this because I can't enter, dude. I can't see anything. Like, I can short green
I'm
couple
not.
eggs,
I'm not.
sure, but like, it's just so risky at this level.
Ain't worth the squeeze with me. Not when I have a whole week ahead of me.
Yeah, I mean, I made decent profit today. Like I said, I don't want to give those up, so I'm just gonna wait for a cleaner setup. I'm fine with sitting out. In the meantime, though, I will probably short any green candle I see on Bitcoin here.
Yeah, shout out to everybody that's been short this morning. Some great moves. If you guys are trading with us in the chat, throw a 1 in the chat if you guys are green trading this morning, and throw a 2 in the chat if you guys are red, and 0 taking no trades or break even. It's that little purple bubble on the bottom of your right screen. That's the Spaces chat.
Let's go.
Let us know. I'm a big fat 0 at the moment. So. See if that potentially changes by end of day if I see something I like. Tap into 130 here. Let's see. What we got?
Give us 680.
IB is about to form. We should take out the low. It's no surprise given the downside drilling we've seen all morning.
I'm going long at 680.
Again, I'm looking for longs as well at the 50-day and full gap fill. SPY and SPX.
Where do we got
I
that?
keep forgetting. ES hasn't filled that yet. We gotta watch for bids if that happens here. Oh, it already filled here right now. Okay. Yeah, isn't it crazy? ES is still well above June lows, and we are on NQ.
Yeah, Phil.
Here we go.
Right now, let's go.
Beautiful. I'm all out right there. I just wanted to scalp it. 3-minute CVC. I got 7 points. Dunzo.
There's 130s.
Johnson.
Big daily gap or weekly gap. That order block sitting here as well. Will that do anything? I don't know. Honestly. What you got, Mr. Order Block?
Come on, don't just wick onto 47s and then bounce. Go a little bit lower.
No, I need a tiny bit lower.
Yeah, me too.
Please.
I want 445s on ES. 443s would be optimal. That's 3-day composite in the POC.
The market's like, bid. What's a bid?
Yeah. Expect a new low a day in 30 seconds. Should see IV low, which is this current low right here. I will be right back.
I started a long.
An absolute face melter.
Yep, started a long right here.
I grabbed that 44.5.
Pay me.
Pay me.
Pay me.
Oh my god, NQ just keeps dumping, dude. Oh my god.
Yeah, it did just damp, but I think we bounce.
7.5.
I'm watching. Ooh,
No, that's not good.
I may get stopped.
I'm close to stop.
I have a starter, but I may get stopped on the starter. Holy smokies.
Holy smokes, Batman.
They draining the bitch. My lord.
Lordy lord.
Yeah, Lily. Nah, fuck that. I added. I added.
I definitely think we're gonna see some contention soon.
I added.
It's just hard to time that, you know.
People see my ads I got.
Okay, come on. Get back over 680. I'll do a little trimmy. Show us the good stuff.
Show us the good stuff.
Them goods.
SPX 7400 tapped. I would think we get a bounce here. Let's see.
Oh my god. Dude, Cerebus just dumped so hard today.
That's a rough one.
Oh, yeah, it's down 10%, bro.
Keep an eye on your retail names. Walmart, Costco. Believe it or not, Kroger, I think, looks decent down there on the daily.
The Krogies.
Last time I traded Kroger was like a year and a half ago with Jordan. We made like 70% overnight.
Dude, I remember that. That's like ringing bells.
Costco kind of looks like a inverse Head and Shoulders right here on your 4 hour.
Man, rest in peace to anyone who bought SanDisk at $2,200.
The disc.
Dude, look where it's at now. Absolutely brutal.
TGT strong.
And SanDisk is down from $2,300 in June. Yeah, June 2020. June 25th. $2,300. It's trading at $1,258 now.
I think retail looks good.
I like that 3-minute wick on NQ there. Andy, yes.
Apple.
WMRTY is dumping.
Apple with the ripper.
I still can't even get in. I can't touch any of this, dude.
Close to just cutting it.
Yeah, if it's not, I don't like how it's not bouncing at all here.
Mm-hmm.
And if I lose, I lose.
We'll probably bounce closer to lunchtime when you have less people just actively pressing the short button.
I mean, I just took a little bit, but I still think we dropped a tad bit lower on SPY and SPX.
Dude, I look at NQ. Oh my god! Like from the top there at pre-market low at 28,763, we are now down about 720 points. Oh my god! Wow, dude.
EGT looking spicy.
I think this week, maybe overnight, I see a daily demand on ES 7,360. We've been ranging here since, what is that? May 19th, May 18th. So it's just a range between like 7,350 to 7,600. I think it's a great area if you're swinging short. One SPY that would translate to 725 to offload contracts. But I wouldn't get too excited or too euphoric at the lows here. Coming into 73.60s, that is.
My lord, that draining bitch. I'm still in because I was still smaller size. But okay, this isn't a, yeah. Oh yeah, I'm getting my IOB, but this is a nice little candle here. I mean, does it hold? Probably not.
I kind of want to sell some options soon, but
I'm gonna sell put spreads at this point.
there was no premium on the call side this morning. I think like for SPX potentially. You can sell pretty far out right now on SPX and get decent premium.
Heavy. Ugh.
Yeah, that long I tried on ES was a tiny red. I don't want to try it again.
Here's PDL, DS.
Mm-hmm. And previously,
All right, he is coming into the spot.
I'm gonna lock this account on green on and maybe I trade the new Lucid Daily event I pull up. Just spreading out the risk, locking in profits where they are.
All right, here we go. There's previous day low.
Whoa. Okay, I think my ass got to get out.
Yeah, it just keeps dumping, dude.
They're damping it. They're damping it.
Big old damp.
I want to
And
take
Netflix
a
holding
put
out.
credit spread at 73.70. Just figure if we get any kind of pumpage at all, I can let some of these contracts go.
I'm
with it.
We haven't had a 2 or 3 minute green in a bit either.
Swept pretty down low there in ES, like you guys were saying, so it could be a good spot.
Fuck it, I added.
We're not really stopping it.
I actually added here. This is my stop under low a day now. I could get green probably if we get over 679, like 20, probably is what it would be.
I almost added there, but I wasn't down that much at all, so I still didn't add. I'm still sitting.
Yeah, this is the first green candle in the 2 minute in since 10:20. So let's see. Let's see if
Yeah, if we can get some speed to the upside here, I'll let some of these put credit spreads go.
Yeah, I'm thinking about entering into an SPX put credit spread soon.
That's what I'm in right now.
It can go far. I can sell 7,300. I can go another $100 out of the money right now.
Yeah, I went a little bit riskier in 73.70s, but I figured I'd just let some go pretty quickly.
All right, green 3 minute, and we'll hold it.
Every 15-minute candle is just red since open.
yeah, it's pretty
Massive expansion to the downside.
pretty fugly.
Pretty gross.
Ugly with a capital fug.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, W Day is getting a stick handle right here.
Bro, I just pray, like, please don't be out there blowing funded after funded trying to catch the bottom of this, man. It's not worth it.
Be a man and do it.
Blow all the accounts.
Yeah, no. This is I mean, what we dropped. Ooh, inverted hammer 2 minute. By the way, we dropped 15 points there since the open. It's a lot. That is a lot, and I might get stopped out right here.
Netflix,
Oh.
91, November 5, Lima X-ray.
They're coming for Papa.
That telephone.
They wicked the low there. To see if they actually push through it. I have a minute 20 left on this 2 minute candle. Let's see.
It's a beautiful morning.
That's what I need. I need some tunes. I need some música. DJ! DJ! Hit me with that!
DJ, spin that shit.
Honestly, Spotify DJ, he does pretty well most of the time. There's some times where I'm like, bro, what are you doing? But most of the time...
I'm all stopped. You
really do well.
That was not pretty.
Get out of there now.
Get out of there. Get out.
Yeah, it's okay. It's
It
okay.
keeps going, bro. It doesn't stop, man.
And it won't.
Please don't stop the music.
Chocolate in the bed like a...
Dude, I just had a Costco alert go off, and I just went and looked at the chart, and holy bejeebus.
Cost. Oh,
Dude, Walmart. Look at,
COMG.
dude, Walmart is getting a stick today, too.
Wait, is it COMG? What's the 2x leverage cost? Was it COT? Yes. Leverage shares, 2x leverage cost. I always forget what that one is. I always think it's COMG for some reason, which makes no sense, but I do. And not do both.
Holy shit. I just noticed we're down like 600 points on NQ since we have
We looking fugly.
Oh.
Sheila Heights, she never had a low.
Oh,
Gotta hit midpoint of this weekly gap.
Heavy. Oh, wow. This is a brutal Monday sell, man. Damn.
Bid, what's that? What's a bid?
Don't exist today. Not right now.
I tried twice. Got clapped on both.
They just want to run this thing down to the shadow realm, bro.
The more we do this, like, honestly, I'm really in the mindset that we want to trade towards equilibrium of this giant range created from March to all-time highs. I mean, it's one of the main reasons the market is going to move is rebalance to 50% retracements of newly created ranges. And so I'm just very interested to see if that happens here.
QQQ has another gap to fill down to 373, by the way. From a while ago.
Also, if you mark out the midpoint from March lows to all-time highs on futures or QQQs, lines up pretty closely with your previous all-time high as well. On QQQ, it's almost perfect. Where are we on SPY? SPY's just so much stronger. So
If SPX holds right above 73.96 here on yesterday's low in this 15-minute candle, I don't know. Might see some turnaround, but it's just looking like it's just wants to dump even more.
I haven't seen us flip order flow at all. Every gap we tap into is respected to the downside.
Jordan, there hasn't been any order flow. What are you talking about? It's just been so.
This is all order flow. Order flows within the candle.
The downside.
Just killing it.
Yeah, wrecking it, bro. It's brutal.
Murder, she wrote.
Gotta be 11 o'clock. Oh, I'd love to be back on East Coast time. So much better. The West Coast time is irrelevant. Literally, bro. I used to think it's so nice to have the rest of my day after the market closes. No, I don't care. Don't need the rest of my day. Boom, boom, boom. It would be Santos.
Dude, the market just said if you see any green candles, just short them. Get them out of here.
Let a bearish order block being tapped into. Do they hold midpoint? Let's see. Stolen.
Finally getting some life out of NQ here, but will it last is the question.
Slight sign of life.
The buyers just like woke up. They're all just eating a late breakfast, I guess. So like, wait, what?
Go cancel.
I just need a pump to like 74.15 and I can let go of some of these freaking put credit spreads.
Oh, I didn't do this out.
Let's reject the 2-minute 9 here and dip down again.
Wow. Nice moves on SOXS. It's up 11.5% today with the downside in the market.
Really knocking some
3x
socks
bear.
off.
What's that?
Really knocking some socks off.
Yeah, she is. Shout out Direction, channel partner. I get a bunch of great products. We mainly talk about SOXS and SOXL just because that's what's, mainly moving the market, but there's a ton of products out there you guys should check out. That South Korea bull ETF is getting smooth. I have some good buying opportunities in the future, though. Once the dust settles a little bit. Well, it's down 74.8% from those highs.
3-minute CBC flipped green on MNQ, guys. Just FYI, it doesn't really mean anything at the moment, but just sign of caution for any of the shorts that are still short.
They needed to get me out first. I got in too early.
This is the first time we're even trying to break a previous 1 minute high. All day.
Took ads on ES down there. I didn't add on to my SPY. I wanted to go a little bit longer, but nice little bounce so far. But I need more than this before I start trimming out anything. I can trim ES sooner than I can trim my SPY calls.
Sign of life, first sign of it.
I just got a trim on ES longs after the ad. Oh, about to hit my set. Oh, no way they're going to fill this order. I put another trim at 74.45 on ES. Oh. No way.
Motherfucker. No way is right, you bitch.
I sold an SPX put credit spread down there. I can add to if I needed to, but I grabbed. They were super far out of the money. All right. Trimmed ES. Three, 2, 1. Oh,
I want to see where my other calls would be.
fucking edging me right now.
Iranian MP Casri hitting wires.
Ooh!
Not open for moves on its own.
Wow, my other calls would be green.
Requires IB coordination to
How the hell?
It's happening in the 15-minute gap. Could sell from here again.
Yeah.
Yeah, we hit 5-minute 9 there. We also hit the volt there, Casey.
Mm-hmm.
Do I short here now?
Come on. Look at IWM. Come on, RTY. Let's go.
Pamp?
3. Yeah. 2, 1. Dude, did they miss it by 0.25? You fuckers.
You fuckers in school.
Fuckers? There it is. There we go, baby. All right.
I grabbed a short up here at 74.44. Wish me luck.
Just closed my put credit spreads and SPX for 35% for contract gain.
Hell yeah, nice work. All right, I covered half of the ES longs right there. I'm going to move a stop to 7. My average right now is 74.32. I'm up 12.5 points.
I would have held them longer, but I know we're pushing into these bearish EMAs, so I just don't want to risk it. I think 30% is fine. 35% is fine.
All I know is about 35 minutes before that area was tapped and we were selling down, I said where I was going to long this shit today. And we're getting it, baby. We're getting it, baby. Little bit. Futures accounts, I'm not going to let go red. I need more on SPY calls before I can start trimming. I almost got filled for my ads, but I did not, unfortunately.
I'm gonna wait for ES or NQ to get back into 15-minute EMAs before I take another position.
Heard that.
Here you go, baby. Come on. There we go. Yes, yes, sir. All right. That's a good spot on ES right there. All right, that's 15 points.
Bro, I keep missing Snipe. Snipe, are you up here? I keep missing him.
Side was like, nah, man.
I get distracted by the chart for a few seconds and he like ends up requesting and then I add him, but like he's probably on a different app by then, so it doesn't work.
Whoa, no way.
What? Well,
I just got filled on my SPX put credit spread for 50%.
That's
right. Yeah.
And dude, I hit SPY calls, sold SPX put credit spreads, and hit ES longs all down there.
Yeah, baby. Let's go.
No fucking way.
Tripling down over here, sir. Congrats.
Yeah. I've been having people yell at me in the Discord all morning, yelling at me, when you gonna take a trade?
Casey, take a trade, please.
Boom, I just took all three. Look at this. Bounce, daddy. Ooh. Sweet mama. All right.
Okay, do not listen to anything I say. I am very wrong today.
I'm trimming SPY calls here for the first time now. I'm going to move a stop up on my ES longs.
Oh, my putas.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Damn, I wanted to get a fucking spread.
Let's fucking go, baby.
Let's go.
All accounts green, baby. That's how we do it. That's how we freaking snipe it.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yes, no way. Oh, I'm about to be up 20 points here on ES.
There he is. Did we get him? Did we get him this time?
You guys hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Awesome.
Oh my gosh, I kept missing you. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it took a little while.
Yeah, it took
It took like 4 or 5 tries, honestly.
Classic
I'd like get distracted by the chart.
No, it's not your fault. It's X's fault, honestly.
One day maybe we won't have X issues anymore. One day.
Reclaiming that. What is this? Oh, that order block I have.
I'm about to close the ES long here.
W.
What a bounce.
Great. Yeah, really beautiful bounce. Good job, Pacey.
Thank you, sir. I have been bored all morning waiting for something.
Yeah, very nice bounce.
Yeah, come on.
Damn.
Little bit higher. A little bit higher. I'm going to close this ES. Come on. I got my finger on the trigger. Go, go, go. Here it is. Come on. 55, 55, 55, baby. I'm out. Right there. Boom. All out. ES longs.
Let's go.
Let me check my SPY calls real quick. All right, going to take a trim here on SPY calls as well. Stop at entry now.
Mm.
70% here on SPX. Put credit spreads now.
Nice.
Take trim. Move the stop up as well. Secure green trade on that.
Nice, dude. Nice.
Thank you, sirs.
Dixie is still holding bullish. Until Dixie really starts to roll over, still not convinced we get like a full reversal. If you guys haven't seen the list of earnings reporting this week, I just threw it up top. You guys can bookmark that from Evan's page there. Arguably one of the busiest earnings weeks we have of the entire season.
Oh, yes.
So get ready. And we got FOMC on Wednesday, while Meta, Microsoft, Robinhood, Starbucks, ARM, Qualcomm, Chipotle, Lam Research, Carvana all report, and more. Wednesday's going to be a crazy day.
NBC Universal has extended its multi-year distribution agreement with YouTube TV.
Oh, AMD still down 6.7%. What a rough one. Amazon's still holding green, hasn't filled that gap yet. App 11 is up 4.2% today. I think Dollar General. Casey, you on that at all? She ripping today. Up almost 6%. Dollar General getting a good day.
No, I charted last week as well because I really liked the dip on some of the retail names, and I missed it, and I think it's probably just getting a little bit more continuation now.
Yeah, that was a nice move.
But I'm not sure if you were here. I mentioned it earlier. Kroger, KR.
Well, I was not.
I said the last time I traded Kroger, I was gonna send it last night for a daily bounce spot. If retail starts to see a little bit of rotation and retail names start to run, Kroger could have got a nice little sympathy bounce up those daily lows down there looking like shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, the last time I traded Kroger was with Jordan catching 70% overnight. I was like, haven't traded in a while. I was like, but it was looking decent for a move higher today or into this week. Here we go, SPY.
I remember that trade, and gosh, I just held that trade. Oh.
All right, I'm out half spot.
Good poor SNDK down 11.5. Ugh. Getting hit again. Not good.
Boom, baby. What a freaking move. 5 minute 21. Come on. All right, Phil.
What?
What did he say?
What did he say?
Oh, let's go, Mako. I see you in the chat. He said, good morning, guys. One trade, a little something for Monday trade. And he was in SPXW calls.
Let's go.
He's up 28.9%. Just 2 cons, $740. Let's go. Average
Yo,
cost
pleasure
is
making
12.80.
money with you guys today. Let's do it all again tomorrow. Catch you
Always
later.
a pleasure, Maple.
Later,
Love you,
Maple.
brother. See you tomorrow. Yeah, great trade, Mako. Average cost is $12.80. Current price is $16.50. Cha-ching. Love to see it, man. By the way, if you're in the chat and you want to share any trades you are taking, share any gains, feel free. Use that little purple bubble on the bottom right. We always love seeing it. It's not a necessity, but love to see the crew doing well. Wow, MU is straight up top of post from the Wolf Financial Accounts, the best performing stock in the NASDAQ 100 over the last 5 years. If you invested 10K in a Micron 5 years ago and held till today, you would currently have $121,000 over that, actually. But that's crazy. Big dog moves.
Wow, what?
Dollar is still holding structure, trying to get that next leg up. But now NQ's grinding up. One of them, kind of give them my opinion at some point.
We're riding EMA 20 on 3-minute right now on NQ with a long CBC flip on 3 and 15 minutes. So I don't trust this necessarily. So that's why I'm kind of sitting on my hands. We're still very far from 15-minute DMAs in DWAP. So if we are going to keep pushing higher, I suspect we're going to at least touch EMA 9 on 15-minute, which is sitting at 28,266.
Heard that.
Yeah. As I'm just sitting on my hands right now, there's not really a clear setup for me. Not really worth the, as we put it before, the juice is not worth the squeeze here for me.
Yeah. Tragic trade. Was on service now, making some gains there. Love to see it. Elizabeth was short SPX earlier this morning. Very nice. Love to see it, crew. Good stuff.
Yeah, I want a short again, but I'm 0-2 already, so I'm down 1 on the long, down 1 on the short.
Happens.
Oh yeah, I'm not mad. Listen, it is what it is. I ain't mad. Okay, and now I wait and see. I want to do
I'm
a spread.
closing my SPX position for full profit here. I'm not gonna let this trade go back and try to cost me. It might potentially go back red or break even on the other half. This is a really good bounce play. I'm gonna capture that premium and close it out for just over 70% here.
During the Mag 7 earnings week, typically is the lending in Asia session a little more quiet? Or is it just, you'd say normal?
Wait, during what time starting? I missed the first part of that.
Mag 7 earnings week.
I don't have any specific data around it. I'll bring days of like FOB week or
Jordan, you're a robot.
Yeah, we're getting Puerto Rico right now.
We're getting that Puerto Rican Wi-Fi.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. There you go.
Okay.
Sounds like a human again.
So to rephrase the question, do you notice irregularities in the London and Asia session during Mag 7 earnings week?
I think I need to look closer, specifically talking about Mag 7 earnings week, because the data I generally have around it is like FOMC weeks or just days where we have like massive expansion, not any specific data. That's when I'll usually trade London session.
I don't typically trade Asia, but London is nice when you have a lot of Fed speakers, like right at open or at 10 a.m. Eastern. I'll generally try and trade London session because I don't want to trade New York during Fed speakers talking and all that. Even though you can't make money, I just don't typically like it. Or like FOMC day, like that morning, I'll probably be up early trying to trade London. Get some moves in since New York session will probably be ass. But earnings that's a good question. I think I need to look a little bit deeper into specifically like Mag 7 earnings weeks and how London session trades, because it could be good. It could be something to focus more on during these weeks rather than the New York session. Because we have seen in the past, to your point, Sniper, like some of these big earnings coming around, it can make the market a little weird and choppy, and we're just kind of waiting for those numbers to come out, So I wouldn't be surprised if the data says it's better to try and trade those sessions during these weeks. I'm gonna keep an eye on that though and try and search for more like similarities in that.
Yeah, I think it's interesting, but obviously every quarter we're going into it with a different setup.
True.
But I wonder if there's things in common, just in between, For instance, how U.S. markets react on an FOMC day prior to FOMC. It's not a great time to trade, So I'm just wondering if there's any kind of parallels or reflections of data in London and Asia session, earnings specifically. But I think that the macro events you'd say is much more of an influence on the other markets, right?
Yeah, and I'm just trying to look back at some of my notes. So in my notes, I have during Mag 7 earnings weeks, London session is typically better for capturing directional breakouts and overnight gaps. The London Open is the even though New York session retains like the most trading volume, London Open is the very first highly liquid window, and it's generally cleaner if you're trading like momentum moves, right? Like trying to catch directional breakouts and continuation moves and fill overnight gaps. That's what I have in my notes from mentorship notes that I've taken. But I would like to back test that a little further or forward test it, The gap play. So generally said, if big companies such as Microsoft or Alphabet miss expectations, they'll generally gap down, trend aggressively. At the London Open, I don't know. I take that with a grain of salt. Rolling over a bit here. Wasn't super convinced on a full reversal without getting some structure forming down here.
Investment really is good versus safe super intelligence. It's NVIDIA and NVIDIA November Victor Delta Alpha.
NVIDIA, multi-billion-dollar deal. I didn't capture us with it. All right, new low day, 196.80.
Look at that rejection on NQ.
Yeah, pretty gross.
I mean, did I
$2
just close at the top right there on SPX? I think you did, dude. I mean, I'm happy with my 35%. I could have got 65 there, but.
What's funny is it didn't say it went short. That one time I didn't say it went short. It fucking just drops like a rock.
I was like, if I wasn't long up into that area, that's a back test to go short.
Yeah, I'm up 40% on my short here on 678.
Freaking perfect. Yeah, I'm waiting for this 15 minute to close on NQ before I decide to short it again.
I'm still looking for a spread too. That'll be coming. That'll be coming.
I got some bald dude with a long beard named Ryan at my front door. He's here to fix my oven and microwave again.
Oh, nice.
Did he used to trade too? What happened to him? I don't know. I think he went on full tilt, blew all of his funded, and now he's just working for the appliance company. Just gave up on trading. Yeah, he's an electrician now. Never give up, fam. Just keep blowing more funded accounts. Eventually we'll get there.
Never give up, never surrender.
I mean, if you can get to the point where you're funded, like, congrats, GG's. You know, like some people can't even get to that step.
All right, come on, DJ. You're kind of fuck me up here.
I know a fuse blew inside my freaking oven. And you can't get to it without removing this entire giant unit from inside of the wall.
Isn't that basically almost a brand new oven too? I'm guessing.
Dude, yeah, it's less than a year.
Yeah, I was gonna say, 'cause you guys moved in not that long ago.
Yeah. It's one of those like double oven units like in the wall. And one little fuse, I guess, blew in the motherboard and the unit. Just toasted. Brand. What fucking brand are they? Dude, I can't even. I don't know. I really have no fucking idea what brand it is. It's not GE. I know it's not Whirlpool. It's not Samsung. God, what the hell is it? You know, if you didn't ask me the question, I would know the answer. I got it. No, it's not LG. Fuck, never buy LG. Oh god. LG stands for losing gains. You don't buy appliances. Forget it. No, it's not Gage. God, night. You're gonna make me walk up. Frigidaire. Gosh, dang. Yes, that's what it is. That's it. You're Frigidaire.
Yo, Jordan. Yo. So, I have another interesting question.
What do we got?
So, I was basically trying to think of what's the best question to ask you. And I included Grok. And Grok thinks that one of your biggest strengths is aligning timeframes and avoiding the perfect timeframe myth. What is one of the more common mistakes you see people make, even people that are experienced, when it comes towards aligning timeframes?
I think just honestly the biggest mistake when it comes to aligning timeframes is like, well, to start, the simple fact that, again, it's going to depend on the strategy and like what you're doing. You know, like some people have found like a lot of consistency using a specific time frame, which I understand, but for me, like looking for the highest quality setups, those setups are going to be in line with what's happening on the higher time frame, right? And so
the way I look at it is there is no best time frame. I used to look at it like that, like, oh, what's the best time frame for day trading? Is it a 5 minute? Is it a 1? Is it 15? Like, where should I be entering it? I had to throw that out the window because for my analysis and the way I look at things, it's just completely wrong to look at it that way. It's not about finding the right time frame. It's about aligning everything with what's actually happening on the bigger time frame to get the best possible setups, right? And so in terms of mistakes, when I see people doing that, I mean, the first mistake is not doing it at all, not even being aware of the bigger time frames, thinking that I'm a day trader, I don't need to, which depending on your strategy, that might be true. But again, I'm looking for the best moves, and that's going to be in line with the higher time frame. Now, for the people that are doing it, I would say biggest mistakes for people that are actually doing it, though. I'm trying to think here. So I want to give you a good answer. Pretty good question. Overall, just when it comes to listening to that higher time frame, like people will still let lower time frame confluences scare them. So for instance, if I'm on the bigger time frame and I'm very confident we're trading lower, right? The magnet my draw on liquidity is lower for today. I don't have much reason on the higher time frame to look long, but then mechanically on a lower time frame, a perfect long setup comes, right? And that's when I see a lot of people struggling. Like they're looking at the higher time frame, they're aware of it, they have their bias, but then they see something form that looks good on a 1 minute that's going against what they think, and they're taking that, which is not in alignment with that bigger time frame, right? And a lot of the time, I'll see setups that form that are against the way I'm looking at the market that day, and it looks great, and then it fails, right? Because it's not in alignment with what's actually happening. And that's where, you'll see people say, oh, this is an A+ setup, and it failed, right? Well, generally, why is an A+ setup going to fail? Well, likely it might be A+ in terms of mechanically what you're seeing, the confluences I need, right? A sweep of liquidity, inversion, break of structure. You might have all that, but none of that actually matters if you're going against the higher time frame narrative, right? So I would say that's the biggest mistake. Number one is not even looking at the higher time frame. Secondly, when looking at the higher time frame, they're not listening to it, right? They're not trading with it. You're letting these lower time frame setups kind of persuade you rather than listening to what's actually happening, right? And that means sometimes you're going to miss setups, though, and I think that's the hard thing. People will say, oh, this setup should fail. It's against the higher time frame, and then it plays out. And they're like, oh, shit, I should have played that. And that's where we play a game of A+ setups will fail and poor setups will perform and do well, right? That's the game of probabilities that we play. So I hope that was a good answer. That's like the biggest things I see personally.
No, that was a great answer, but I got another one, another follow-up.
Absolutely. I mean, it's slow right now, and we got calls coming on in 30 minutes, so let's chat. Why not?
Yeah, so like objectively, you could say, because we're trying to predict what millions and millions of people are doing with their money at any given point, people with a lot more money than others, there's no true 100% certain perfect setup. Because again, there's infinite possibilities for why people would sell stock or buy stock at any given moment.
Of course.
So that's one thing to just keep right there. But basically what your point is, and what you're practically saying here, is a regular 15-minute time frame watcher scrolling into the 5-minute time frame just for confirmation or further confidence entering a trade is seeing too much noise on the 5-minute, which is holding him back from actually entering his trade because he's used to trading on the 15-minute. Is this practically what you're explaining?
Yeah, I would say it even on a bigger scale though. Like looking at it daily, I have a good idea of where this 4-hour, this daily candle's going, but then I'm on a 1 minute or 5 minute and look at there's a spicy little long setup that has my confluences for it. You know what I mean? And you're getting persuaded by that. I've had so many failed setups from doing that myself, and so, like you say, it could be with a 15-minute to a 5-minute. It could be that. But generally, I see it on even just a bigger scale, a bigger time frame scale there. But yeah, I mean, it's exactly what I was saying.
So we're all naturally humans, and we feel emotions and react towards large candles and large numbers. How would you say one's best at combating this?
I would say, because we see big candles all the time, and
you know, we'll maybe freak out a little bit on stream or something, but inside, like, any volatility, any big candles don't concern me whatsoever unless it's in line with a setup I'm looking at. So for instance, like, you know, market open will happen and sometimes we get these like crazy volatile moves that I wasn't expecting, but like none of that even concerns me unless it's crazy volatile price action, like giving me my entry on that candle closure, right? Or, you know, we're running through an area that I want to see ran through to enter a position in the opposing direction. Like that's the only time I care about whether the candle is going crazy or not. And that's, again, just like being in line with your plan, right? I know what I'm looking for every day. And so these crazy volatile candles, even if I see one print, it's not going to persuade me in any way, if that makes sense. It's just, yeah, nothing matters on this chart until I start to see what I want to see to line up. If that, I feel like that doesn't make much sense, but
I'm getting what you're saying. You're practically saying you want to see a very specific confirmation.
Yes. I want to see, it's always top-down analysis, like, and that's what I was explaining in a video recently. It's like when I start my analysis, even with day trading, like I'm starting on a monthly or at least a weekly every morning. And like, why do I start on a weekly? Well, I want to see the gaps on futures, right? Do we have any new week opening gaps, meaning any gaps from Friday to Sunday night open, right? Do we have any of those to trade to? Because those become magnets for the market that we trade to every single week. And I'll mark out old ones that we could potentially trade to. Old gaps are still viable to use in these scenarios. And then I go to a daily. Okay, do we have any, like today, I went to a daily. We had a big daily fair value gap from July 22nd low to the high of July 24th. So we were tapping into that this morning instantly. You guys heard me from the beginning of Spaces. I was like, I have to be bearish today. Why? Well, tapping into daily fair value. I know, look at, from the beginning of this morning, I knew any 1 minute like setups long, I could care less. Not looking at them, don't care about them today because my bias is bearish on this bigger time frame. Have to be. We're tapping into previous day highs. That's a sweep of liquidity. We're tapping into daily fair value. That's order flow. That is, you know, I have to be bearish looking in that area until we run through. And then we also had a bearish order block, which if you don't know what that is, I mean, just on a daily chart on NASDAQ, the last up close candles that you see, the opening price of that first up close candle, that doji candle, that is a daily order block. So I just had so many things on the bigger time frame aligning for downside that I know. I haven't even checked the lower time frame yet, Sniper. Haven't even looked at it. I know for a fact any plays I'm looking for are short today. They have to. Until we drop to levels and areas that are viable to look long, right? And so that right there, that little thing is just knowing my bias, knowing my draw on liquidity for the day. It keeps me from taking any poor long setups, right? Like even if I had a level to long off of today, I'm not in the idea of even trying that, right? And I'm glad I wasn't, because look at the market today, straight downside pretty much all morning, and there's no real confluence for longs all day, right? So this is a great example today of like, you want to be listening to that higher time frame, right? Could you have maybe scalped a little long here and there like Casey did, you know, and if you're that type of trader, absolutely, you play to your strengths. But the way I see it is like, well, where was the real confluence for any real longs today, except for, I mean, that 1043 area. That's where we finally like actually broke some previous highs and had some structure flip. But again, right, you know, inexperienced traders will look at today and think, oh, we're cheap on the day. I'm going to try and long when the higher time frame narrative has no reason to do so yet, right? So that was a good example of kind of.
So I got to follow up, and you left it right at the perfect spot, right? Yeah. So there's going to be 3 parts to this follow-up question.
Okay.
The first is going to be is how much screen time in total would you say that you have now? And I know you're going to have to think about that one for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Then the second is going to be is how has your perception of this changed over the course of gaining screen time? How long did it take you to come to this realization? Is the third part of the question.
Okay, so screen time, Are we defining screen time as time on screen or time in trades?
Let's go time on screen.
Okay. My time on screen is ridiculous, man. And it's not because I'm trading the whole time. It's mostly just analyzing. I mean, you guys know we're live all day, right? I'm on this screen all day looking. And even if I'm not trading, I'm always forward testing. So I'm always like either paper trading little setups and just analyzing the market the way I do. I would say, Sniper, to kind of answer like how long it's taken me to get to this point now. I mean, comfortably, it took 4.5 years, really. But comfortably trading this way, this style of looking at the market, it's been about 1.5 years now, almost 2 years. And that is being on the charts pretty much every day, all day. Not trading all day, again, but being on the charts, just analyzing the markets, whether that's forward testing or just sitting here watching, you know what I mean? Analyzing different sessions, different times of day. And that's a big part of my trading too, is like the specific time of day that I'm trading. That is key for success, in my opinion. Like, there's plenty of times where I am not willing to trade during certain times of the market just because, like I said earlier, Fed speakers, right? Fed speakers create volatility, whipsaw price action that I don't want to see. It's not viable for trading. And so I stay away from those times. And it takes time on screen to be able to know that, right? And be able to pick out those points and understand this is not a viable time for me to be trading. I don't want to pick out this point, or this is the exact time I need to press on the gas. And so I think that's where I've been blessed to be able to sit here all day, every day, and do this for work, and be able to be on social media and analyze the market throughout the whole day. I know not everybody's able to do that, but you're able to spend nighttime, back testing after work or whatever it may be. You have to put in screen time, right? Whether that's back testing or just analyzing this market. And so I think it's going to be different for everybody. Some people might pick it up in a year. Some of these kids that just play video games their whole life, dude, they're coming in, trading. They learn their shit within a year and they're just like crazy with it, but it's not going to be the case for everybody. So I think as much screen time as you can get doesn't mean you're trading though. It just means you're analyzing things. Yeah. And taking notes of time of day, why did this specific expansion move happen at this time? Was there a reason for that? Right? All these little things, they fall into play for me.
So back to the beginning of that, when you asked time in trade versus time on screen, I don't really like time on trade as a good metric, because if you would think about this, hypothetically speaking, one leap trader will take an entire day trader's year in time on trade in the course of just a single trade sometimes, So I don't really like that metric that much personally. And I think also time on screen, often when people are taking notes and doing a lot of the things that you just listed there, I think they're actually learning and gaining more experience there. But again, there's multiple disciplines, obviously. So, I'm not going to say a leaf trader learns less in 3 months through one trade than a day trader will learn over 3 months through 100 trades. I think that it's just, it's all different perspectives. But I think time in trade is not the greatest metric for the reason of time frames alone.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but I think that's a pretty good observation in the way you put it there, because everybody has their own individual learning curve, and I don't think that there's a one size fits all when it comes towards learning literally anything. So I think I really like the way you left that there and laid that out.
Yeah, and I see a comment in the chat. Somebody said Jordan seems like he's over-analyzing all the time, and I do understand how it can look like that, but I would say over-analyzing is looking at 3 different types of strategies, trying to align all these different confluences to make up an idea versus just following my one plan. Now, it may look like I'm over-analyzing because I'm taking less trades and looking for more things to line up and give me confluence, right? But at the same time, it's because I'm trading one strat, one style, right? I'm not aligning all these different strategies, point of confluences, I'm only using the point of confluences that make sense for me, right? And so what looks like overanalyzing is actually just waiting for my plan to align, right? You guys have heard me. A lot of people will say like that overanalyzing thing when, you know, I'll show up and my bias is kind of both ways for the day, right? Sometimes I show up and it's like, well, we could drop, tap into this bigger time frame area and get longs from it, or we could rip, hit this higher time frame gap and get shorts from there, right? And I'll get the comment of you're overanalyzing. And I mean, I'm just laying out the metrics for what the market can do that day. You know what I mean? I'm not going to ignore what the higher time frame is telling me. So if the higher time frame is telling me that we can go both areas, and you know I have to be ready for that, then that's the way it's going to be for that day. But then I show up on a day like this, and it's very obvious that the bias is downside. Right? It's very obvious. I had no reason to really look long until lower. And so that's where it's really just a matter of waiting for my alignment. And I know that can look like overanalyzing, and if that's the case for you, that's fine. You know, you don't have to look at my style, but I would say overanalyzing would be me trying to find every point of confluence from different strategies to line up to make some trade that isn't really there for the day, you know? And to me, that's even more complicated than what I'm doing one simple strategy and just aligning timeframes. But I get it. It can seem like overanalyzing. You're going from daily time frame to weekly to 4 hour to 1 hour to 1 minute. Jordan, you're doing too much. I get how it looks like that, but.
So, just a quick headline: Jersey Mike's IPO is apparently 10x oversubscribed. I did not see that one coming. Yeah, just wanted to put that one out there. But another thing that I wanted to ask also, and I think it's one of your strengths, and I could argue the biggest problem with most traders, it comes down towards risk management or sizing. Do you have any kind of tips, tricks, or anything that you've personally done that has helped you with your risk management and finding, max loss, max pain, daily targets, any kind of metric that you specifically started going for, and it really helped you?
And people aren't going to like this, but for one, only adding to winners. If I'm adding to positions, I'm only adding to winners and keeping my risk the same. As well as, use the lock account feature if you're trading funded accounts. It's very beneficial once you've made money on the day. I would say, what was I going to say there? Give me a second.
You're talking about adding to winners?
Yeah, adding to winners. I don't add to losers ever. I pyramid positions into winners. So, for instance, if I take an entry, and it starts moving in my favor, maybe we create a fair value gap or an order block that I don't want to see us now trade under anymore. I'll be able to move my stop loss up, knowing that we shouldn't be able to trade below this area anymore. Which, since my stop loss has been moved up, my risk has, if I'm trading long in this scenario, if my stop loss has been moved up, my risk has been minimized, which means I'm able to add to the position and keep my same risk that I was initially trading. But what does that do to my reward, my TP? Makes it bigger, right? Makes it much bigger when you're adding to winners like that. So that would be one thing that's helped me a ton. I would say another thing, this will help with over trading, in my opinion, is picking specific time windows to actually trade. And that might mean you're going to miss certain trades. You got to accept that. But my certain time windows were always, especially in the beginning, like 9:30 market open to about 11 o'clock. During that time, that was my trading time. Anything after that, I wouldn't really want to trade. And that's just because, again, like, when are we going to see the most heightened volatility? From 9:30 to 11. It's just every day. You're generally going to see that. So I would even go further potentially and wait till 10 o'clock. But that's more if you're trading my specific strategies, not for necessarily everybody. What else came to mind? There was something else that came to mind that helped me.
Anything to do with risk management?
Oh, that was it right there. When taking losses. Now, this is another thing that people might not like to hear, and people might do it differently on the panel. I totally respect that. And this is especially if you're trading a live account, but I would do the same thing in my funded accounts. And it's when, let's say you're on a winning streak, you're winning, you've taken 3 winners in the past 3 trades. Now you take a loss. If I am on a winning streak and I take a loss, I immediately cut my risk in half. If I was risking $500 on my trades, I'm now risking $250. And I will continue to risk that $250 until I get a winner, right? And so if I take a loss, risk comes down to half risk. If I take another loss, my risk stays at that half risk, that $250. I'll keep it there until I get a winner. Once I have a winner, that's fine. I can go back to $500 risk. It sounds so simple, but what this does is losing streaks are going to happen. I don't care who you are. You're going to go on losing streaks. I don't care how good your strategy is. It's going to happen. How do you survive those bets? Well, for me, it's minimizing risk, right? Look at 2 traders. One trader goes on a losing streak, risks $500 on every trade, and continues to risk $500. By 6 trades, he's down $3,000 versus the trader that took a $500 loss and then cut the risk in half, right? That guy is going to be down 250 times 5 plus 500 because that initial 500, he's going to be down $1,750 on that same 5-6 trade losing streak. What trader would you rather be? Tell me. It's that simple. You're going to go on losing streaks. What trader would you rather be? And now this is going to be slightly different for everybody because if you're trading a negative risk to reward with a high win rate or a low risk to reward, this is not going to be as viable for you. Why? Because your winners will not outweigh your losers, and that's an issue. So you take that into account, right? It's very easy for me to take loss after loss after loss, especially half risk, because one winner, I can make back all those losses and plus potentially profit. You guys have seen me do that a lot in my videos that I've been posting recently. I'll take 2 losses. I'll take 3 trades on the day, and I'll be green. 2 of those would be losses. How is that possible? Well, because I was playing half risk, took a $250 loss. I was able, even last week, a lot of the losses I was taking were less than $250 because I was able to minimize my risk even more during those trades. And so that allows me to take a 3rd trade. It's a winner. And when I win, I'm going to be winning more than 1R most of the time, right? I'm going to be hitting 2, 3R, maybe 4R, which allows me to make back all those losses easily and, potentially profit. So that's why too, I'll be on a losing streak. It doesn't even matter to me. It's so easy. It doesn't matter because as long as I'm keeping it half risk, I know I'm not going to blow my accounts. I know I'm going to be fine. Right? And just give me that one winner. Gives me it all back. So that's a big thing right there. A lot of people are not going to like to do that. A lot of people are going to want to actually over risk once they take a loss, and I understand that. But from what I've seen, the best traders doing, it's not what they're doing. It's not what the best professional traders are ever doing. They're adding to winners, and their job is risk management. Their job is not making money in the market. And so that means when losing streaks occur, we are on half risk. And again, I laid it out. Which trader would you rather be? The guy that is on a losing streak that keeps his risk the same, is down double what the other trader is, that noticed, hey, I've been doing good and I take a loss, I'm going to go half risk until I get it back. And if I do go on this losing streak, then I'm losing at half risk. No, who cares? It's a big thing that people don't want to do there, but I think that would help a lot of people's trading. I think that's the biggest risk management tip I could give. And in terms of percentage, I'd risk 1%. Half risk is 0.5 on a big account.
Times like this, it's time to look. You got to look at the big picture, the dailies, guys.
Yeah, that's what I was doing this morning, Frank.
Yeah, MAQ, QQQ, SMH, they all have diamond patterns on the dailies. They're all coming to fruition. You have to recognize changes in the market. We're down 2% from 6 a.m. high after supposed bounce over the weekend with the war. Oil's down $6 and the market's down. So something's drastically changed. So those diamonds have to play out. They play out 75%, 70% of the time. It doesn't mean we're not going to get bounces, but I'm looking for much lower in SMH over the next 40 days, QQQ, and then when it finally ends, you'll know, because that's when Apple will tank. Everyone's hiding in Apple right now.
Yeah. Are you watching the dollar at all here either?
I'm watching the. I keep an eye on the dollar. I'm watching the 10-year.
Until that rolls over, I don't know.
Down from 4.7, but like everything's rates came back in a little bit, and the oil's down $6, and the market's stopping. So that tells you something's changed.
Exactly. Yeah, until this dollar really starts to roll over, I have a hard time thinking big
We're
goals.
still in that box, but we're in the bottom part of it, and we're about to break through it. So be careful here. It's going to be crazy. I think that the time we're in New York, it's going to be really wild.
What's the 10-year looking like, Frank?
10 years 4.6.
Yeah.
Okay.
It just hit highs from May.
4.65. It was down from 4.7 high last week, but it's elevated. You know, it's got resistance at 4.7 and then 4.8. It looks like it wants to eventually trade 4.8. But if you look at the dailies and look at Intel, 88. Jesus. It was 105 last week. So memory's obviously getting hit. Memory was up over the weekend, gave it all up, and now it's negative. Watch South Korea tonight. If we close down at these levels, South Korea will get tanked. There was an IPO in China on a memory stock. It was up 500% last night.
Oh gosh.
That'll get crushed. And then you'll probably see be able to buy the NQ tomorrow at some point for a bounce. But like this pattern's going to continue, and then we have Wednesday with the Fed Wednesday night with the Mag 7. Hopefully Mag 7 can hold the market up, but you know the memory is definitely. I think we've seen the highs.
Yeah.
And people that added are now like we're right back where they added it, so they're like, oh. So be careful out there.
Yeah,
you got to look at the big picture and then trade within it.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean we can't rally 400 points in NQ in a heartbeat. And the other thing is Trump, the Trump pumps are over. It's OVER. There'll be less and less reaction to them. I'm not saying the market won't react, but you're not going to see the huge reactions.
It's my favorite ticker, OVER.
OVER.
When I see SPY and QQQ coming down, I like to look to see what energy is doing. And today you'll see that energy and like oil is also going lower, right? As SPY and Qs are going lower. When you see that happen, go look at your XLP, XLC, and your XRT stocks. So this is going to be the names that not a lot of people like to talk about or trade. But it's going to be your random ones. It's going to be your McDonald's. It's going to be your Coca-Cola, your Pepsi. It's going to be your retail names, your Walmart, your Costco, your Targets. There are still stocks moving higher,
And the banks are strong. People are hiding in the banks. Where do you hide? You hide in the banks. You hide in Apple.
Yep. So, and XLF is green today as well. So just because you see it's just rotation in the market, but when I see energy, oil, but I also see like your mags and SPY and Qs, dragging lower, there is opportunity in this market with things still going higher. It's just in these names that you normally don't look at. And a lot of those names have been beaten to shit the last little bit, and you're just seeing the rotation over there. So don't count out some of these these safer names, and their options are great. I love trading Pepsi and KO, Walmart's, and Costco options. I love trading those things. They're very liquid. They move very well. Costco's a little bit expensive, but there are some really good names out there still having really good days. You just got to do your homework and find them and see where the money is moving to. And it's very clear to see whenever you look at your mags and you go look and you're like, why is McDonald's up 2% right now? Like what the hell is going on? And it's just one of those times. So just make sure you're watching your sectors. You're going to see that rotation. It'll be very clear to see where the money is flowing out of and where it's moving into.
Yeah.
Would you say is that right? Would you say that because the market is not necessarily risk off, but it's moving to more stocks that maybe have more reliable revenue streams, more consistent, reliable revenue streams, as opposed to the hype and speculation that we've seen with the chips and AI and tech, et cetera?
I mean, not necessarily, because honestly, if you look at, I mean, Pepsi overall, like Pepsi, for example, right? If you go to the monthly chart, the stock is still very, very strong, and I would say is in an uptrend. But if you look at it on the daily, like it looks terrible. So the way I look at it, it's just safety plays. It's just safety names. Not so much all of them are longer term investments or, good profitable companies, but I would say majority of them are. So I mean, it is a decent way to put it.
Well, obviously Coca-Cola is better than Pepsi, but yeah, I
Yeah. Like KO is a very, very strong straight up chart. Like that one.
The product, by the way, not the stock, the product. I showed my wife Pepsi and Coca-Cola. My wife's a huge Coca-Cola fan. And I was like, yo, you should buy some like Pepsi and Coca-Cola at Costco. She's like, dude, I'm not buying Pepsi. And I was like, why not? Like the stock's doing really well. She's like, I just don't touch Pepsi. And I was like, okay.
I don't mind the wild cherry Pepsi sometimes.
Not bad. But I really think Coca-Cola like hit out the park, man, with those ahas. Have you heard of aha? From the fountain? Oh, dude. So aha is like their LaCroix. It's like a sparkling water. But it's really good from the fountain, like from the Coca-Cola freestyle machines. If you like go to like the MC theaters or something to watch a movie, get the aha lemon lime next time with some ice, bro. It tastes like Sprite. It's only got 5 calories.
Interesting. I'll have to try it. Because I don't drink soda that often at all. And like the Liquid Deaths, they have their like healthier versions of the sodas where there's like barely anything in it. There's no crazy calories or sugar or anything in it.
Yeah.
But sometimes they just taste like watered down shit soda.
I like the Spindrifts a lot. Spindrifts is like my favorite.
It's at the top real quick.
Are we transitioning, Jordy?
Here soon, yeah.
Cool.
We got Palito coming on.
Palito!
Mr. Paul from Leverage Shares.
For the listeners, for the long earlier, the chart should be there pinned at the top in the nest. You'll see where my entry was down there on SPY, sweeping previous day low, and obviously that support on SPX where I sold the put and credit spreads and took the MBS longs. Those were my entry areas right there with the stop loss underneath of it. And then you'll see the red zone above. That takes up to your 5-minute 21. That was my target upside. And if you looked where the good short was, I think that not said that he took up there. It was a great backtest short. So a little bit of opportunity both ways today. Make a little bit of money. I wasn't able to get on the short this morning, so I was able to just wait patient until we tapped into a key area and just counter traded across the board. But hell yeah, that was the reason for the trade. And 3 for 3 before lunchtime, and gonna go get something to eat. So.
Hell yeah, Casey. Hell yeah. Jordan, you mind muting me real fast? My hands are full.
I got you. That's funny.
Feeding the baby.
Morning options, Mike.
Morning, Jordan. Morning, guys.
What's up, options, Mike?
That was the downside, eh?
Yeah, he kind of had to knew this was coming today. We gapped up huge for no good reason. Yeah,
I know. It was right in that beautiful spot to short, too. Nice downside. Made perfect sense to me today, so.
At 4:30, I looked at my laptop. I looked the gap up. And I went, "Oh, Jesus Christ!"
Yeah. Yeah. Dollar still grinding. Oh, it's actually rolled over a little bit. It's
good for the market. I think it's just been grinding all day until it really starts to roll over. I don't see this market bouncing very hard.
I mean, the VIX got up to 20, but came off of it.
Yeah.
And I'm stoked. We have our lever prints from lever shares today, right?
Sure. Paul should be hopping on with us here shortly.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, not easy action. I mean, this action is not easy for anybody.
No. I showed up bearish too this morning. I just didn't get an entry on it today, but I'd like to see the analysis was right. I just didn't get an entry on this downside. There's not a whole lot of opportunity for a setup, but I'll get it.
I took a couple paper cuts today. One on Google, trying to chase the long too high. One on Palantir, trying to get them to break out. But caught Tesla for a really nice short.
Well, there we go. That Tesla's been. I don't even want to look at my long term. I don't even want to look at it.
Sometimes that's the best thing to do, because then you do something stupid and sell for no reason.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't need to look at it. I'm fine. I'm still green on it. I'm fine.
Nothing to see here. Just doesn't hurt.
Here. Did we get Paul up here?
I am here. Can you hear me?
Yes, we got you loud and clear.
All right, good.
Oh,
Voice is a
Monday,
little
sir.
raspy today. I've got a summer cold, which is annoying, but I don't even understand how that happened.
Yeah, well, I hope you feel better. That's always rough.
Yeah, I'll be all right.
Crazy morning this morning. We're getting some downside. By the way, just for the audience, we are going to be rolling into a chat with Paul from Leverage Shares here. You guys should stick around. We're going to be talking about the markets, obviously, overall, what's been going on, and some of the 2X products from Leverage Shares. So stick around with us. And reminder for everybody listening in that an investor should carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses before investing. A fund's prospectus and summary prospectus contain all this and other information about Leverage Shares. So if you guys want to get that, just go over to leverageshares.com. You guys can look at any of the specific funds that we talk about during the conversation today and refer to the prospectus there. But Paul, great to have you back on, man. It's been another crazy week. We're getting some big downside this morning ahead of earnings and FOMC this week. What's your read on things right now?
Yeah, it's really interesting because let's start with the CapEx spending that sort of got everybody a little bit nervous last week. You have major hyperscalers that are going to report this week. You know, they're going to be saying that they're going to be spending a lot of money in the AI space, and yet you still have NVIDIA like nosediving today. Because they're investing money in OpenAI. I mean, I think that's the reason why people are selling it off. The $250 million backstop that they put out there, and you know, it just seems like anytime somebody wants to invest in this market, you can't get people to sort of focus on where the money's going, and so, like none of that makes sense to me. So if I think out a little bit further, right? So people didn't like that Alphabet's earnings and revenue grew because they went negative net cash flow, and they don't like that they're spending all that money, right? So that impacted the markets. Then you come into this week, and you have more hyperscalers that are going to, report earnings, and you know that their capex is going to be high. Then you have things starting to sort of cool down a little bit, but oil prices still high. But leading into this weekend, oil prices still high because of all the stuff that's going on in Iran, but it seems to be subsiding, so maybe we'll get a break from that. And then it all goes back to what I keep saying is probably the real issue why people are nervous right now is the Fed coming up this week, right? And all of this anticipation around, you know, whether they're going to increase rates, whether there's a possibility, what the probability of that is. You know, they look at, all of the odds on whether they're going to raise or not. And I think that's what's causing people to be a little bit nervous right now. In my opinion, again, I'm just riding out this volatility, riding out this nervousness. I don't see a chance that Warsh raises rates. I think whatever the probability of that is completely, in my book, off the table. I think it's like a 0% chance that rates go up. I think with the war and with oil prices and things like that, while it's going to be volatile, and we did have that spike, there's very little choice for how this thing is going to end over the long term. We're going to have to get through some of the short-term noise, but over the long term, there's very little option for Iran to win. Like, they're not going to win this thing, and they're not going to be able to cause too much of a disruption in oil, maybe here or there, but we'll squash that, right? So that's not really a big concern to me, especially since we got over 90 and the markets didn't like completely roll over. That takes away some of my concerns. And again, when I look at the hyperscalers, what's their other option? Don't spend. Don't invest in AI. That wouldn't be good for them. They would lose all their competitiveness, and that would be the company that I would probably go out and short. And then, like I said, chips, NVIDIA, I'm still pretty bullish that all the money's going there. High power computing still needed, memory still needed. So I just think we're in a place where people are reactionary. They're trying to make predictions that there's no reason for them, or they don't have reasonable information to try to predict. They're trying to get out ahead of the trades. You're seeing that leading into a week where we're getting a lot of information. And I just think you got to stick with it right now, stick through the volatility, and, look to invest in things that are knocked down a little bit. I still could think that that's the best move.
What kind of reactions do you think we would see from the market if you're right and we don't come out and War says we're not hiking rates, things are staying the same? How do you think the market reacts to that? And I'd be curious to see how you think the market reacts if you end up being wrong there.
Well, I think if he raises rates, the market turns over. Okay, so I do think that would happen. And if I'm wrong, the market will turn over. And there's been some people that have been saying things like, hey, we're looking for a 10%, 15% correction before we spike back up. Maybe that's what would cause you to get that correction. But yeah, I think things would roll over if he raised rates. I don't think the market would like that at all. So that's number one. But I think if he keeps rates the same, they're going to be focused on what they always focus on, whether there's a dot plot and what the commentary is. And they're going to be looking for anything that tells them that there's a possibility that, rates could go up in the future, because you have those naysayers. And I think what you're going to find with Warsh is over the period of a couple of meetings, and as you get closer to the end of the year, you're going to realize that he's not interested in small bits of information and news that drive short-term data. He's looking at the longer-term trend. And I again, from everything he says, I just don't see how he's ever going to be able to raise rates. I don't think how he's ever going to come to that consensus, let's put it that way, that he needs to raise rates. So over time, that'll prove that he's pretty steady with that. And I think what you're going to see is people get more comfortable with his style, because I don't think people are quite as comfortable with his style right now. And there are still people, Fed governors, that are, chit-chatting about what they see, and people are trying to predict off that. Hopefully that'll stop sooner rather than later, and we get to a little bit more stability. I think the other thing is, I think people will get more comfortable with, once they get more comfortable with the fact that we're not going to have hyperinflation and we're not going to have an interest rate spike, I think they'll start to get more constructive on the market. And my thought process is we could get back into a growth mindset. And I keep saying this, and I could be wrong. I think you're going to see a nice rally, broad rally across the board in the markets heading into the end of the year. And I also think that a piece of that starts with crypto. So I think you're going to see crypto go up. I think you're going to see equities go up. And then I think you're going to see potentially gold even follow that towards the end of the year.
Yeah, I would love to see the crypto bounce start to happen. See some moves there. It's obviously been rough in that area, but I know Will on stage, he's waiting for it. We'll get the moment. The moment will come. Options, Mike, I was curious to come over to you. I wanted to know if you share a similar sentiment on the Fed as Paul does here, because I know you look pretty closely into that stuff. And obviously, it like you said, Paul, it seems like people are still getting used to Warsh, right? He's done one meeting. It's going to take a little bit of time for people to get used to his style and everything. So, Mike, do you share a similar sentiment as Paul here?
I mean, I mostly do. First of all, I think this Fed meeting is a big nothing to do. Nobody's expecting a rate hike or cut this one. I think it's more about continuing to get to know Warsh and positioning in the future. And, you know, the real one where they'll do that is they have Jackson Hole coming up in August. That will be the one we should see more of what's going on and how the different Fed governors are interacting. I am of the opinion, I think, Paul, you're not similar to this, that there'll probably be no rate changes for the rest of this year. You know, we might see, you know, they talk about it, but unless something goes funky, I don't think you're going to see a rate hike or a rate cut. So I think, you know, that's the market. I don't think the market has a ton of angst over that right now. I really think the market is unhappy with the continuation of what's going on in Iran and oil, and it didn't like not only the CapEx spending, it didn't like the margins. I think the margins are on Google, though. I agree with you on that, Paul. So Google farmed out to third-party companies some of their data center stuff to get them up and running on less margins, and then we'll bring them back in when they have the capacity. I mean, they cannot build capacity fast enough. I don't understand why this is a problem. If people think they're going to overbuild, I'm with you.
Yeah, it just seems very silly. You know, like there was a great line. I've said this multiple times, but like, you know, I think it was Michael Saylor said there are a handful of people that know just enough to make about things to make bad decisions, and you know, there are always the people that try to talk the most and act the smartest in the room. Like, I don't know. Like, I think everybody's looking at it too much. Like, okay, Nvidia's down $8 today. I'm looking at just shut up on my screen.
Yep.
Like, for what? For what?
I mean, the semis are getting killed, and that's a little bit